Today I want to show you how to use one of the great features of our Active Inspire software that goes along with our Promethean boards. This feature is the Activote feature, which can be used by classroom teachers to collect poll results or even using true and false questions as a way of formative and summative assessments. So today I'm going to show you how to set them up and give you a couple examples of how you can use them in your classroom. I'm going to begin by coming up here to my bar and clicking on the tools and coming down to the express poll. I need to begin by coming to the settings, which is our gear, and I want to make sure that our active hub, which is plugged into a USB port, knows what device we are using. So I'm going to come to the target where it shows us the devices to target for voting session. When I click on it, there's a check mark beside my Activote, which tells me that we are okay. So I'm going to come back, go to my settings, and I want to register a device to be used. So I'm going to come to the clipboard for the device registration. From here, I'm going to come to the Active Hub, and you can see the three different types of devices we could use. I have the Activote, so I'm going to click there. And you'll notice that I already have one that is registered. Everything you register will show up here on the right side. I'm going to register, so I'll click on that button. I'm only going to register one, but teachers can use up to 25 in their classroom, depending on class size and the number of clickers that you have available. I'm going to click Next. And from here, I have my directions. So I'm going to begin by taking my Activote, and I'm going to click and hold the orange button in the middle with flames. And I know that I'm ready to put in my PIN code because both of these lights on the top will be glowing. One will be red and one will be green. I'm going to put in my passcode of DAD, and I know that it's incorrectly because my green mail button will start to flash. So now you're going to notice that I have my device registered. I'm going to click here to show you that you can either remove this device if you do not need it anymore or rename it. I've already gone through and renamed this as the number 1. This is a nice way of going about it in your classroom because the students in my class have an assigned number that they use for everything in the class, between book bins or math tools. This is a nice, easy way for the students always to know what number clicker they need. And this is also a nice feature for this teacher who is then able to collect the data and knowing what student gave them each result. So I'm going to come down here to my Done, now that I have it registered, and I'm going to show you quickly how this can be used. So first I have a true-false question. I come down to my opinion poll here, and I can do my express poll. These are yes or no questions or true and false questions. As soon as I click on that, you're going to notice that there are gray boxes up here that are for each clicker. As the students answer, this clicker will turn yellow, and that's a symbol for the teacher to see who has responded and who they're waiting on. Another great feature is that this can be a timed question, or the students can do this on your own. For this, I'm just going to do a quick time, so I'm going to click on the up button, and what I can do is give it a couple of seconds. Now I'm going to answer with 1, so there's my answer. You'll notice that my box turned yellow. I'm also going to let the timer run out so you can see what happens if students run out of time. So I'm counting down here. Students have run out of time. My second person did not answer, and they have the ability to go back and allow them to answer. So for this, I'm going to hit yes, and my student can answer. And as soon as the student answers, then I get my data. The horizontal bar is your default. The nice thing about this is we can also go in and we can do some individuals because our horizontal bar will just tell us the percentage of who answered what answer. So when I look at my graph, I have the who answered true, who answered false based on the people and the time that it took them to answer. My preference is the who answered what list because this is just a nice, easy way of seeing the results. Another feature about this that is great is I can come up to this clipboard and paste my votes to my page. So now I have my data. I can quickly move on to my next question. The next question I have is a multiple choice with 4 possible answers. So I'm going to come back down here, change my type of question for multiple choice A through D. I'll click on that. Now this time I'm not going to set a timer. I will just let the students answer. And after the last student answers, you'll notice that the bar graph pops up again. Here I have half got it correct, half did not get it correct. And I'm going to go through and do my who answered what list again. Click on my paste, and now I have my data. Now that I've finished my assessment, I'm going to turn off my feature by clicking on my settings and coming down here to my close button. So that's just a very brief introduction on how you can use this. It's actually a very fun and efficient way of collecting some data for students within your classroom.